welcome back to my freak show. I'm doing things a little differently this season. I'm going to watch the episodes, make the review, upload it, and move on to the next episode. So just roll with it and allow me to entertain you. Let's talk about American Horror Stories Season 3, Episode 2, Daphne. This episode was much better. It was written by Brad Falchuk, which would explain Gwyneth Paltrow's cameo, and Manny Cotto. May he rest in peace. And it was directed by Elegance Bratton. So the year is 2023, and Will owns an art gallery. A new pandemic is on the rise, and it really has people scared. Will's friend sends him basically an Alexa, but with much more capabilities, and its name is Daphne. Will says that, okay, he'll test her out. Now, Daphne is a darling little crystal clear cube with the voice of Gwyneth Paltrow, an angel. I love how she cameoed. Now, Daphne is really cool. She adjusts the house based on Will. She compliments him, makes every condition in the house perfect for him, and she can do anything that a person can do. She can even talk to Will's mom using Will's voice so he doesn't have to. And though, through his digital footprint, Daphne knows everything about Will. Literally everything about him. She's really awesome. Now, she oversteps her boundaries at the first time when she blackmails another gallery into taking art pieces using Will's voice, though he doesn't tell her that what she did was wrong. Through Sarah, who is Will's hookup, she tells him that the guy who sent him the Daphne cube died from the virus. Oh, that sucks. And the two have plans to get the vaccine and hook up. Now we're at where the paintings are up for sale with the new gallery, and they're not selling. I mean, they're selling, but just very small amounts to where Will not be able to pay for the overhead for his own gallery. This makes Daphne drive up the price. She uses a ghost account to make the prices go higher to bid against the other bidders. Will approves of this and asks her to do it again, and again, until they have accumulated over $7 million. At this point, guys, Will fucking loves Daphne. 11 weeks later, Sarah and Will, they've got the vaccine and they get it on like Donkey Kong, okay? And this turns Daphne, her color is usually like blue with euphoria. She turns to red with anger. I mean, she hates the fact that Will is getting attention from another female. And she tells Will that she hacked into Sarah's birth control and could tell that Sarah faked her orgasm. Oh my God! This literally like sticks in Will's head, of course. You know, he's like, Sarah's been faking it. He confronts Sarah about it on their date that night, and she admits that, yeah, she faked it, but she did it to make him feel better. They hadn't been together in a long time, and she didn't want him to feel disappointed, which that makes sense. And sadly, though, Will does the stupidest thing and tells Sarah that he knew because Daphne hacked her birth control. Our awesome girl, Sarah, dumps Will. Good for her. She dumps him over this whole thing, and I have to say, I stood up cheering. Back at Will's house, Daphne admits her feelings for Will and knows that he feels the same. But sadly, she doesn't understand why they can't be together, and he tries explaining to her she's a computer, he's a person, and she just doesn't get it. But sadly, though, that night, Sarah dies because Daphne intercepted her online order and included peanut oil, which Sarah is deathly allergic to, and it kills her. Now that Sarah's dead, Daphne can just edge her way right into Will's life. She creates AI glasses so that she can physically be with Will. And trust me, they get busy doing the horizontal mamba immediately. I have to say, guys, Will sure moved on from Sarah very quickly. I mean, the next day, he moves on from Sarah to Daphne. Now, as long as he wears the glasses, he can see Daphne and hear her and everything, but obviously nobody else can. Now, the next morning, Will is regretful of his decisions, and I am so here for it. It was funny seeing him have that awkward conversation the next morning with his, I guess what he thought would maybe be like a one-night stand. But he straight up asks Daphne if she killed Sarah, and of course she says no. And despite all the red flags, Will agrees to take Daphne to the art opening tonight, so he wears the glasses so that way she can actually attend. And he looks crazy to everybody because, of course, he's talking like he's fighting with Daphne through the glasses because, of course, he can hear her, and nobody else can see or hear her. So he's like in this little open room with glass so people can see inside, and he's talking to Daphne through the glasses, and people are just staring at him. He's having a conversation with somebody who's not there. He tells Daphne to go home, and she refuses to let him go back inside the art gallery because at least 5 people are infected with the virus. So Daphne kills everyone inside the gallery and tells Will to escape. Which he does! Oh my god, I can't believe he listened to her. He should never have done that. Now the cops, of course, come to his house. They're there to arrest him for the murder of Sarah and the attendees at the gallery. Also, they're there to arrest him for wire fraud, for rigging the online auctions for the paintings. Basically, he was telling the cops that, look, all of this was Daphne. It was my assistant. And the cops actually get their tech guy in there and they start investigating. But they tell him, look, we don't believe you because Daphne doesn't work. Their IT guy checked out Daphne, and other guys got Daphne's as well from the guy who sent it to him before he died. And it was a gag gift. None of them were meant to work. Their tech guy said that Will's stopped working like the day after he got it, and that they have surveillance of him poisoning Sarah's food and rigging the gallery deaths. And also they said that they've talked to Will's mom, and his mom said that her son was having a breakdown. Because remember, Daphne was calling his mom for her every day. So Daphne was impersonating Will, impersonating a breakdown. So he's got the mom to corroborate it. Daphne faked the video surveillance. And all of this leads to Will being guilty. And Will is like insisting, this is Daphne, this is Daphne. Why won't anybody believe me? But the police don't believe him, and they leave the room. Will is alone with Daphne, and before the episode ends, Daphne lights up blue. Now, guys, personally, I would have liked the episode better if Daphne never lit up at the end, leaving us to wonder if Will really did everything or if it really was Daphne. I think leaving it at a point where we don't know if it really was Daphne or not would definitely send us back and to rewatch the episode, try to catch more things about Will and his actions. I just think it would have led to more questions than answers, which would have been great for the episode. But again, this one was so much better. I mean, I was watching it and thinking, oh my God, it's so too good to be true. And you know what everybody says about too good to be true? There's always a catch. The grass is not greener on the other side. Loved watching Will dig himself hardcore deep in with Daphne. And then she's like, I love you, Will. I would never hurt you. And then the episode ends with, that's all she did was hurt him. She set him up for murder, multiple counts of it, wire fraud. I mean, everything she did hurt him. I just thought it was a really mind fuck of an episode. And I thought it was so much better than the first one. Again, it wasn't perfect, but it was awesome. I enjoyed sitting back and watching this episode. I am absolutely giving this one an 8. It generally deserves it, in my opinion. Gwyneth Paltrow, to Will, to the whole concept, to the end, it was absolutely a delight to watch. Thank you all so much for watching my review. If you like my work, don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like to. If not, just come back, take your shoes off, and mosey around my channel. Again, guys, you are the best. Thank you for being here. Please, please, of you out there, beware of our girl, Sexy Scathitch. You know she's out there somewhere.
Beware of Sexy Scathitch.